I am a writer and started off as a writer and then went into media as an editor and then on the business side of the world. And then actually moved into strategic planning, market development, and had a sort of corporate existence in data, tech, and media. And then in 2010, 2011, started writing full-time again about issues related to social justice and particularly the role that gender plays in culture. So all aspects of culture, whether that's religion, media, finance, education, just what does it mean to live in a world, which we do, that is defined by these notions of binary gender.
How did you become interested in social justice and these areas in the first place?
Well, actually, I think that probably it was just an acute sense of double standards that hit me as an adolescent. I think that if you grow up in a country that's nominally proud of its meritocracy, and you believe that, which many people do, meaning that essentially people are equal and that they are rewarded for doing the work that they do as individuals fairly and equally. But I think that no matter where you look, whether it's socially or politically or educationally, there are very clear inequalities and double standards. Socially, the double standards for girls and boys start really young, and they're not really visible to us. So if you think of something that's invisible to us, children are allowed to travel much farther away from their parents than girl children are. That's not something that we know as children. It's not something that we think about. But 10 years later, when we become adolescents, that idea of greater risk for boys, greater limits for girls becomes very socially powerful. And so boys have more physical freedom, girls have less physical freedom. Girls have to adapt to all kinds of costs that come with their gender. And I think that for a lot of adolescent girls, that's jarring because they're told they're equal, and all of a sudden they're not really quite equal.
Gotcha. So you just became interested in this through your own life experiences, it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, I think that many people doing this work do. I mean, because if you're an astute child and you're looking around, you basically are observing the adults around you. You're looking at the way they're interacting, and you model your behavior. That's how we socialize people. You model your behavior on the behavior of people around you. So in my case, for example, I grew up in a Catholic family, and it never occurred to me that girls couldn't be Catholic priests until someone told me that I couldn't be a Catholic priest. And in fact, I was probably 11 or 12, and I spent the next 10 years trying to figure out why that was. Why can't women be priests? And for some people, that's just natural and normal, and they don't question it, and it's just the way the world is. But for other people, curious people, I would add, the question is why? And that was, to me, one of the sort of catalyzing incidents, trying to figure out what the rationalization for excluding girls and women from the priesthood was.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching the episode. If you're interested in contributing to the conversation and supporting the show, there's 2 easy things you can do. 1, click subscribe, and 2, visit our Patreon page where you get exclusive access to the Exploring Minds community.